Travis and Vic's Drunken Horror Adventures. God, this feels like a long time coming. And the fact that Blake's here, it makes me eternally happy. What's going on, Blake?
Oh, what's going on, my brothers from other mothers? It's good to hear from you.
It's just me right now. Vic said he'll call in at some point. It's pretty much what we come.
Okay, well, for those of us that decide to participate, it's very good to talk with you, Travis. How the hell have you been, my man?
Man, I've been busy as shit. How about you?
Oh, droves and droves busy. More book signings, more this, more that. Oh man, I'm 1,000 irons in the fire, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Good to be here, though.
Yeah,
good
you're
to talk
living the
with
life. Living the life, yeah. I'm excited about it too. It feels like this has been like a really long time coming. We had to put off last week because Vic was in Florida, and God, I mean, it's been like a month since we talked on the show, I think. So it's nice to get back into the groove of things after Chikatilo was such a disgusting subject. It was more of a happy subject.
You're welcome, by the way. You're welcome for that,
yes.
by the way. I've only been advocating that show for months and months and months.
Like a year. I'm glad we did it. It was nice to talk about maybe the most disgusting person we've ever talked about and ever will talk about.
It's bad when it makes Travis Desmond cringe. It's bad. So.
Yeah. He's a sick fuck. That's all I know. Hey, Vic's here.
Sorry, I forgot we weren't using our last names. I'm so sorry. The artist known as Travis.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. What's up, Vic?
What's up, man?
Whole pot. What's going on, buddy?
Yo. Nothing. Tired.
Yeah, I figured. Vic has officially buried his dick in the ground. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I'm getting no satisfaction out of it.
That ground's dry as a bone.
It is, man. What
well.
the fuck? I was just thinking more, but no.
Yeah. Well, at least it's growing the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should have found a mud hole.
Your one true love in life.
Yeah. You know how it is.
Well, fellas, I guess I should intro in the show as far as what we're talking about this week. I've done a bunch of little spot shows here and there, just talking about different movies, but now we're traveling back to 1985, and we all were tasked with the responsibility. By the way, I'm drunk, just so everybody knows, so when you start hearing me slur, that's why, because, yeah.
That's okay. Vic will end the call before it gets too bad.
He might.
I don't have that accent. So.
That's right. I took it all over because he's at work or something. But we're talking 1985, top 10 horror movies of 1985, and I tell you what, it was an interesting vote on this entire thing, and I'll get into who the number one and number two was here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and kick things off. I'll go ahead and kick things off with my number 10, and we'll do our typical countdown for those of you who have listened to our 1984, 1983, 1982, 1981, 1980, 70s, and pre-70s list. Boy, I tell you what, we've come a long way. So here we are in 1985 now. And 1985, Blake, was an interesting year because we didn't get any Halloween movies. Child's Play was not out yet. Candyman was not out yet. Obviously, Scream was a long way from coming out. But we did get a Nightmare on Elm Street movie and a Friday the 13th movie. And the question is whether or not they'll be in our top 10. You got to assume they'll be somewhere. But at number 10 for me, it's a movie that I always recall from the video store as a kid. It's the one that, I mean, it's just obvious. You got a fucking green monster sitting in a toilet. And it's not the best horror movie ever made, but it's fun, and it's worth a top 10 pick for me. Ghoulies is my number 10.
Wow. Something else interesting, 1985 was the year that I was born. So, and, in 12 days, I'll turn 33. Oh, my God. Holy shit.
Yeah, same day as my brother turns 42. 42? Yep, 42. So.
Wow.
It happens, bud. We're all old.
Yeah, well, I'm cool, though. It's cool,
You're cool? Oh, that's good.
Yeah. To all, everybody that's, doesn't agree or is lying. Yes, I'm cool.
I'm going to nominate Vic to go with his number 10 just because he's at work and who knows when he'll drop off. So I want to make sure that he gets his
I agree.
top
That's
10
a good.
in.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah, for sure.
What do you say, Vic? What's your number 10, buddy?
First of all, sir, I'm driving to work. I'm not at work yet. I'm doing the overnight. I forgot what I'm doing the call before I actually go into work. So I put y'all first.
Even better. More reason to do it now.
Yes. So I just want to say with this list, obviously I didn't get to watch anything. The top 8 I remember well, and that's why they're the top 8. The last 2 are just movies that are sequels of movies that I really enjoy from before, so I'm just going to throw them in. So I'm going with The Howling 2 as my number 10. I'm sure they suck, and I really don't care.
The Howling 2.
I love The Howling. I love The Howling. I'm so negative. No, I love The Howling. That's a good pick.
No, there's nothing wrong with The Howling. There might be a little something wrong with The Howling too, but you know.
You're welcome. Absolutely. The Howling, it's a diamond in the rough to me, man. Like, it's one of the few sequels where I thought that the transformations were just as good as they were in the original. I have no problem with that at all.
You're a good man, Blake.
Well, then, where does that leave Blake for his number 10?
Well, my number 10, oddly enough, is the same as your fucking number 10, Travis. This is a damn video store thing haunted me forever. This goofy-looking, like I don't know, second-rate Zuni warrior type monster, sort of, hanging out at the toilet. Ghoulies. I mean, it's not high-class cinema. It's not, high-class horror, but it's good fun, and it's got some of the cheesiest practical effects that I've seen in a while, but, for its time, that was top-notch, and it's spawned a couple of sequels, so it did well enough. Entertaining, though, for sure. Ghoulies, absolutely.
Oh, and Ghoulies, I just have to say, it took a severe beating in the first round. It was matched up with Re-Animator, and Re-Animator just kicked the shit out of the Ghoulies, but, kind of be expected. Re-Animator is kind of a cult classic, and Ghoulies is just kind of in 80s. I don't know. It takes place in the 80s. We'll leave it at that. It was a rip-off of the Gremlins or Critters even. Although Critters wasn't out yet, was it?
Critters came out in 1986.
There you go. So it was a year later that Critters came out. But Ghoulies, I feel like they were just trying to capitalize on Gremlins. But, I could be wrong. That's just what I got out of it. So then that leads me to my number 9 now. And again, this is one of those things where I kind of agree with Vic, where, you're like, number 10 and number 9 are the first few in this aren't so great, but then it gets really fucking hard. So my number 9, and I like this movie a lot. It's kind of like my feelings on Vampire in Brooklyn. I'm sure you guys saw me post about it the other day. A lot of people give shit to Vampire in Brooklyn, and I don't know why, because I think it's a fun movie. And I would say the same about this movie, and it's Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. I think that's a fun fucking movie. Anytime that I have an access to it, when it's on TV or on Tubi or on whatever the fuck, I'll watch it. I enjoy Once Bitten. It's just a fun little vampire movie.
Damn it. I didn't think we were going to do horror comedies. That's why I didn't put any on my list. That would have been on my list had I known it was okay to put it on there. Damn it.
Well, keep in mind, we picked Gremlins once upon a time, Blake.
Well, damn it, this was, I guess I was just going strictly for horror because, that's pretty much what most of 1985 that I was on my list anyway was just loaded down horror. I mean, it occurred to my wife and I both, Once Bitten, but I was like, they're never going to let me run with that. I'll be damned, you would have.
Yeah, I like Once Bitten. I think it's some good shit, so that's just me. Vic, where you at, buddy?
I'm going to Hills That Have Eyes too.
Nice. I have to tell you, fellas, and I'll just go ahead and let it out. I don't have Hills Have Eyes 2 on my list. I don't remember much about the original Hills Have Eyes 2, and I will tell you this. Wes Craven bashes the shit out of this movie, and it gets a terrible rating on IMDb, but it goes along with what Vic said about just ranking sequels among the rest, right?
Well, I will go ahead and reveal that it's not on my list either, and it's mostly because I haven't got to see the original Hills Have Eyes because it's not something I can watch with my wife. She won't do it because there's there are things in that movie that she doesn't do well with, but she handles most everything great. So I have to respect her wishes, and it'll be late night viewing for me one night, hopefully soon. So.
She doesn't dig the like sexual assault angles, but I can't remember that in the original Hills Have Eyes, but I'm sure it's there. I mean, I own the movie.
Well, that and the baby. There's a baby. There's like a babe. There's like the baby thing too. That's kind of a source of, you know.
I forgot about it. I need to go back and watch that movie again. That's one of the summer.
But I have to respect her wishes.
Watched it this summer.
You know,
Fair
that's
enough.
just one of those things.
Well,
we get along great on everything, but she won't watch that, and she will not watch I Sit on Your Grave. So I have to respect that because she's watched everything else, including, you know, our romantic movie of the week, Terrifier. She sat through that, and that was a lot of fun. We'll get, huh?
Yeah, we'll get there.
What's
Will
that?
she watch Last House on the Left?
She has seen, I think she's seen bits and pieces of the first one, and she saw a lot of the remake. But again, she wasn't aware, I don't think, of what was in it. But she's seen bits. She's seen enough of it to get the gist. She has a really precarious relationship with Mr. Craven, which is funny considering that's my job, is to talk about Wes Craven stuff. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right,
anyway.
man. Well, you're up at number 9 now.
Okay, cool. I told her that I was going to piss you guys off inevitably with one of these choices, and I think I'm about to do it. You know, top 10 with us, it's hit or miss. You know, we have some things in common. We have some things that aren't. But, you know, 1985 was a really hard year. I like the movie, but I don't think it's the best of the series, so I had to put Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning at number 9, and that's nothing to do with the acting. It's nothing to do with Debbie Sue Voorhees. It's nothing to do with John Shepard. It's just not. It's just not as good as the other one to me.
Well, they cut a lot of it. We don't get Jason.
Yeah.
But we do get the best.
We get Roy and Steve Dash. We get Roy and what's the other guy's name? Not Steve Dash, right? He was number 2.
Yeah, we get Tom Morga.
Tom Morga, that's him. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we'll see if we agree or disagree. I will tell you guys that, you know, and I've talked about this many, many times on the show. I saw Friday the 13th Part 5 when I was 3 years old at the theater. It's true. I can't make that shit up. So we'll see where it lands on mine. It would be hard for me not to have a Friday the 13th Part sequel on my list. So we'll see what happens here. At number 8, we're going Dario Argento. We're going Demons for my number 8. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's kind of living off reputation a little bit for me. I've seen it before. I like it. It's been a long time since I watched it. So you probably won't get a big breakdown from me about it, but I know it's a classic. And while it's not way high up on my list, it deserves a ranking, and it gets it. So there's where I sit at number 8 with Demons. A lot of people love that movie. Demons did take a first round. I think it took a first round exit. Let me see here. Demons defeated A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 in the first round of our little 1985 tournament here. So there you go.
Wow.
Bits actually lost in the first round too, just so we can go back and reference that. Friday the 13th Part 5, it got all the way to the second round before it took an L. So and The Howling 2, it took a beat down from Return of the Living Dead. So we got kind of the weak entries right now on the tournament. Vic, you're up at number 8 now, sir.
All right, my number 8 is Silver Bullet.
Nice. Silver Bullet. Vic comes in with 2 werewolf movies in his 8 and number 10 spots. Silver Bullet. Stephen King. You got fucking Gary Busey. You've got Corey Haim. You've got dude from the People Under the Stairs is in it. Nice choice.
Yep. Absolutely. You're a good man, Vic Philpott. You're a good man.
Yeah, Vic's genre is not werewolves, that's for sure. He's not a big werewolf fan, but gotta give him props for having 2 in here. And Silver Bullet did get to the second round in this. Like I said, it defeated Once Bitten in the first round, so a little bit of werewolf versus vampire action there. But Blake, that brings you up to number 8, buddy.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, we talked about being remiss on not having certain entries, certain films that didn't make a ranking or didn't make a ranking. This film has to make a ranking because I've seen the